City of Stevens Point Board of Park Commissioners meeting, recorded Wednesday, July 3, 2019.
We're ready to begin, and since this is our first meeting with a new director, I thought instead of the regular roll call, we would each introduce ourselves, and if you can remember how many years you've been on the board, which I can't, and I've sad to think some of us.
Thanks a lot, Bob.
But could also indicate how many years you've been on the board. Okay, start.
Let's start with me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Sue Hall, and I believe I've been on the board, this will be my 13th year.
Mike Ledusky, I've been on the board since December of 1980.
Wow.
You guys can do the math.
I'm Liz McDonald, and I've been on the board for a long time. As a matter of fact, I was here when the last new director was hired, who was Tom Schrader. So it was a long time.
Yeah. And I'm Bob Frackman. I think I've been on the board about 30 years, but that's too long to remember.
I'm Dan Kramer, the new director.
John O'Connick, about 22 years.
Makira Zarazua, about 2 months.
Definitely the
0 years.
All right, so item number 3, introduction of our new parks director and our mayor, Mike Weasel.
Do we want to do the approval of the last month's minutes first?
Oh, excuse me, yes, we got.
One second,
Wait,
Mike.
no,
One second.
Got jumping on here.
good.
Approval of the June 5th minutes.
I'll move.
I second.
Second, any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, approved. Now,
All right. So before we get started, I want to say that normally we wouldn't have a Parks Commission meeting the day before the biggest parks-related event of the entire year. However, we thought it was a good idea because Dan had just started about a week ago to have a meeting with almost nothing on the agenda, just for introductions. But going around with those introductions, it occurred to me that one of the reasons we have the best park system in the entire state, probably the country, is because of the longevity of these people that have been serving their community for so long. And Sue, I know it's longer than that because I was on for the entire
that's
time
right.
with you, and that was 15 years ago when I started. So,
It's probably 20 years.
but seriously, that's what it is. You have some of the finest parks-related experts in the entire city right here at this table. So thank you all for your service. And to grow on that, I want to introduce to you our new Parks Director, Dan Kramer. Dan is going to be here longer than all of us. He promised me. So he's got some big shoes to fill. He's heard that about 300 times so far. But he's hitting the ground running and doing a great job, staying very much on top of things. And I just wanted all the members of the Parks Commission and all of the groups, we don't have a whole lot in attendance today, but Green Circle Trail and the disc golf and everything that the parks deals with, this seemed like a good opportunity to make those introductions. So, Dan, I'll turn it over to you and you can tell them a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I guess I'll lead off and let you all know that I've been watching from afar for some time. I really have. I grew up originally in the Milladore Township. My folks live by Blanker. So I've been through here many times and attended Riverfront Rendezvous years ago and always enjoyed Stevens Point and always thought if there was an opportunity, I'd love to have an opportunity at it. So I feel truly fortunate to be here. I really do. I've known Tom and got to see some of the things that he's done and, things like the Green Circle and all of the user groups that are in the parks is really, you guys should feel special for those kind of things and the things I've gotten done. And I hope to be able to continue that legacy. And this staff, I can tell you in my first week has been unbelievably, they've shown their skills. I can tell you with Tom stepping aside, obviously with the Riverfront Rendezvous, just seeing what they've done and obviously we have a good representation of them here today. It just shows and speaks volumes to how much they're involved. And again, their willingness to come out here tonight too is really, really beneficial for our system and for the team as a whole. Molly is my girlfriend. She moved up with me. She's a nurse and she's gonna be starting in Wausau. So very, very excited to be a part of the community. We have moved in, and we intend to be heavily involved, both in our working roles and then also obviously afterwards. So aside from that, I was working for the city of Portage for about the last 6 years as their Park and Rec director, and doing similar projects and tasks in a little smaller community. I've got some programming experience too with the village of Ashwaubenon, so if there's any Packer fans here, I used to live in the shadows of Lambeau Field. So very, very excited to be here. Look forward to trying to get caught up to speed. There's a lot to learn, and the staff, again, has made things smooth so far, and feel fortunate to be a part of the team. I really do.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, much of our rest of our agenda has to do with updates. The Willet project is the first.
Yeah, so we're fortunate Kate is here tonight, so she's going to come on up and give us a little tutorial of how things are standing with that project. So far, so good, but we've got some visual aids. We thought that'd be a nice addition for tonight.
I'm gonna add some pictures tonight so you guys can see what's going on. My name's Kate Gullickson, Facility Supervisor for the Park and Rec Department. So this is an update of the Willet Arena. So it was a big sandbox about a week and a half ago. This is our contractor, Minnesota Ice, grading the sand over our heating system. Our previous system didn't have a heating system to prevent frost heaving, and now we do. So we're with the times now. This is after the installation of our insulation, and that big black pipe there is our main header of our refrigeration system coming out of the new refrigeration system. This is our brand new chiller. Tweet Garrett is our refrigeration contractor, and they squeezed it in there. I don't know how they got it in there, but they did. So that's our brand new main workhorse of our new system. This is just a snapshot of the mechanical room, brand new piping, pumps, insulation, everything's labeled beautifully, so we're excited to get it up and running. This is just another snapshot of the opposite side of the room. This is our new energy efficient snow melt pit. So prior to construction, we would melt the snow with just hot water. Now we are reclaiming the heat off of our system, and underneath that those grates, and I have another picture to follow, is the heating system that will automatically melt the snow once the Zamboni dumps in that pit. And that is the coil system underneath. So we're reclaiming that heat off the system instead of using hot water. This is that, excuse me, this is the main header that's coming off of the rink. Those are just the two big tubes, the supply and the reclaim off the system. This is the cooling pipe up close. I don't know how many miles of piping there is, but it's every 3-inch on center. So if you can imagine, the whole rink is covered with black pipe.
Wow.
That is another view. This is today's latest picture.
What's the lifespan, did they tell us on that?
They didn't.
Okay.
With the updated piping, though, it's a polyethylene piping versus our steel piping. So they said many, many years.
We can probably ask them when it's all done.
Yeah, we can
Dan will
definitely.
still be around, but I think the rest of us.
And then our expanded press box. So we expanded it both east and west, giving our user groups more area to work from, cover games, as well as more storage area for things in the rink like our filters for our dehumidification system and such. As of right now, we have it stored on the opposite end of the rink, so this will be more efficient having that area right there. So just some notes, our concrete pour is scheduled for July 10th. That's going to be an awesome process. Sarah is going to work with me, and we are going to do a time lapse of that And so that should be pretty cool. They said 18 to 22 concrete trucks will be coming in that day, pumping the concrete, 5 inches of concrete for our floor. There's a 28-day cure on that concrete. During that cure, we'll be flushing the system to get rid of any impurities. And then the system will be up and ready to cool that floor in 28 days. Dasher boards will be installed in the middle of August, and we're scheduled to make ice after Labor Day, just like we do every other year. So that's that.
Any questions for Kate at this point? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and the next item on the agenda is cultural commons.
I don't have photos like Kate did, so it's not quite as good of a report, but I did reach out to James Anderson of Ellis Construction to get an update on that. You'll be able to go by and see some of it for Riverfront. They weren't originally going to be able to seed the southern half of it because of the fencing that we had them leave up, but today actually they were working on it, and it looked like they had it all wrapped up by the end of the day with straw matting. So looks like they've at least covered everything around it. In addition to their fencing, Scott and the crew were able to put up some temporary fencing that's going to cut off kind of a shortcut off of Crosby Avenue. So we're hoping we can keep people out of that. I guess I'd call that the southeast or eastern side. So that was a good addition, putting that in. There's some signage that we also put on the western side along the trail saying to kind of stay out of there. James let us know that they are waiting right now. They're engraving the bricks, and they figure 2 to 3 weeks before they'll have those and be ready for installation. And then lastly is going to be the bell, and they said they're about a month out on that so far. So we were able to make it work here for Riverfront, and then we hope to button that up here in the next month or so.
Okay, any other things that we're updating? Okay, now you have the opportunity for a director's report.
I just have a couple things, probably the shortest one I'm sure that I'll probably ever have. We did have, we have a vacancy that's coming for the Riverfront Arts Center. So Rachel has submitted a resignation, so we're gonna have, that position has been posted, and the applications will be, we'll take them until the 23rd. She's with us till the 21st, and we're fortunate that Nancy Thorson has said that she could help with some interim duties. She was the director previous to that. So I think we're set up for success. They do have a new art show. The theme will be Visions 20 Years. That begins July 12th. So we're hoping that we can keep coverage going and stay open during that time and be able to have that. It's one of their more popular shows, the way I understand it. So that's on pace, and we're going to go forward with that. You probably did see we had an issue with the pool last Friday, and what we ended up having is we had the booster pump for the brominator was not getting what it needed, and it ultimately ended up melting one of the pipe fittings that goes into the pump. Staff acted very quickly. Greg was able to get a plumber there on Friday afternoon, right before they were going for the week as well, and we were able to fix it that night. So we did lose the last session on Friday, but because of the quick action of the staff, we were up and running for Saturday, where we did have a free swim event. This was not related to the other plumbing issues we've had, so we're hoping this is an isolated incident. They do have to come back, and I failed to check today if they've done the final fix, but we're set to do that as soon as they have the part. But we're able to operate. They were able to balance the chemistry that night and open on Saturday morning. So again, Kate and Greg did a great job fixing that once we got to that portion. So aside from those two items, as you all know, Riverfront is the next few days, and we're excited to see everyone down there. And I just want to say, I'm sure you guys know, you've been to it. With Tom retiring, the staff has really stepped up big time for that. Me coming in, it was one of the things I thought, it's going to be a lot at one time, and it's been, but they really had things set up and in line, and with the mayor's help as well, but the staff has just been tremendous. I was able to go down today for a real short period because, again, Scott and Todd, Kate, and Greg's efforts were really, and then obviously all the staff as well, the boots on the ground doing the work. Things look really nice. So if the weather cooperates, we should be in for a good few days here. So.
Okay, well, a motion to adjourn would be appropriate.
I so move.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, very good.
Videos of these meetings are available for viewing on the city's website, stevenspoint.com/videos.